All right, assuming we're going, welcome everyone. Huge movie fanatic Nate reporting on another episode of Huge Movie Fanatics Radio for June 9th, 2022. It's way too nice to be doing this. It's currently 76, sunny, and wow, 26% humidity, which is great. I don't like humidity. We're going to go over to the YouTube page, see if we're actually going. Looks like we are in fact going on the YouTube page. That's always good. So I don't know how to put this news out, but I guess I'll put it out on this episode at the beginning of this episode of the radio show. Last year, I pretty much took a hiatus from the radio show for the entire summer because Minnesota, you only get so much nice weather. I pretty much live for summer. This year, I decided not to just do the flat-out hiatus. I'm going to just do a kind of a thing where it's like, well, pretty much expect not to see me on the radio show, and if it's like crappy, weather, or if I got all my outdoor stuff done and I'm taking a break from being in the sun, I'll stop by, I'll let you know or whatever. So, there's also the option of doing shows later as well. And if that's the case for a Thursday show, I'll let everyone know a day in advance or whatever. But yeah, it's been a really like, weather-wise in Minnesota this year, just it took forever for it to actually warm up, and it might be finally doing that, or at least, I don't know, maybe it'll be temporary, who knows. But regardless, next week it's going to be nice. Hope to get out on and in the water. So probably don't expect a Thursday show next week, and I guess we'll see what happens on the following Thursday. Yeah, but pretty much like I say, maybe just don't expect radio shows, and if I do happen to stop by for one, I'll let you know a day in advance, and we'll do it. But another thing that I started doing recently, it's actually really kind of cool, and I'm having a lot of fun with, is basically just conversations. Just recording Skype calls and uploading them. We've done, pretty much started with the discussions with Jesse about Friday the 13th films. We did a discussion with Matthew Haggerty about Top Gun Maverick, and recorded a discussion with Will Powell on Jaws that'll hopefully go up tomorrow. So this is something that, might kind of be, maybe I can do to kind of make up for the lack of summer radio shows. Who knows? We'll see. As always with everything on the channel, it's a day-to-day, week-to-week situation and stuff like that. But we will do our best. So there. I don't even have the chat window open. I'm just going to open that now. 3 minutes in, see if anyone's here or not. While that's trying to open, I'll refresh and see if I can see if anyone's here. Looks like 3 watchers. We've got Wilson here. He says, "Did you enjoy Night of the Creeps? I couldn't tell from your review." I'd say I enjoyed it more than I didn't, I enjoyed it more than I didn't. Thank you very much, Wilson, for sharing that. That was very gracious, kind of you, and appreciated. Wilson says, "I sent another movie to your email." Yeah, I indeed saw that, and also saw that it's pushing 3 gigs. And I think a lot of you people have no idea how crappy internet I have, so that's going to take hours for me to download. So depending on my schedule today, I don't know if I'm going to be busy talking on Skype to people all day and all night or not. But if I've got some, free time, I'll try to get that downloaded today. Thank you very much. I'm assuming you want me to let you know after I got it downloaded. I don't know if if you then delete them off the site that you're uploading them to, but either way, I'll let you know when I've downloaded it. So I appreciate that. Appreciate it, Wilson. So far we've got, looks like Wilson, formerly Wade, also known as JoJo, and currently Joseph Wilson in chat. He says, "Yeah, let me know after you get it." Will do. I'm assuming you delete them after I have them, so I'll be sure to do that. Like I say, I'll try to do it today. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on Skype all day with the show and or recording conversations with fellow movie fans or not. We shall see. But that's pretty much my spiel. Way too nice to be indoors doing this, but I figured since I skipped last week, we'll do this. I did get a bike trip in on Monday, I want to say it was, so I did bike. I'll probably bike tomorrow. 77, mostly sunny. Currently somewhere in Minnesota. Welcome all. I'll probably do a some kind of short little video just to let people know about that newfangled recording Skype calls, and not live, not on a live stream, but just recording them and uploading them. I'm interested to actually hear from different voices, maybe people that are a little more I don't know, hesitant to talk on a live stream. Maybe they'd be more willing to talk on a recording that can be edited. If they fumble up or screw up, they can say, oh, can you cut that out, and kind of a thing. I am interested in hearing more from more people on calls, and possibly that's a way to get more people on calls. But either way, if we don't get more people on calls, we'll just do calls with the people that do calls. Wilson says that one is a Laserdisc exclusive because it has never officially been released on DVD. It's either bootlegs of the Laserdisc or VHS release of the movie I sent you. Well, yeah, I appreciate it. Never seen it. I can remember seeing that video, that VHS cover in the video stores. Is that a vampire movie? I looked at the trailer today, and I'm assuming it's a vampire movie because of the fangs, but in the trailer it didn't show any vampires. It looks like it's the guy from Critters, the young kid from Critters 1 and 2 is in that movie. Oh, it's not a vampire. Why are there fangs in the trailer font? There was fangs in the word night or something. Wilson says ja ja ja. I don't know if that's a certain he says it's similar to the movie you just watched, another zombie movie. Okay. Well, probably I would say if I ever do manage to get the nearly 3 gigabyte file downloaded, I would probably expect a review from Beth and I of that movie as well. It's the least we can do for your kind. Yeah. Wilson says, but now I spoiled it. That's okay. I mean, the world's going to shit. Movie spoilers don't really affect me. I know that there's a lot of people in the world where that kind of stuff, is a difference between life and death to them. Not this guy right here. Not this guy. Movie spoilers don't mean shit. Ain't no thing. We've got Elite Thunder HD from the UK, I want to say. He says, hi, Nate. Welcome, Elite Thunder HD. What's on everyone's mind? Wilson says, sounds like you got Nightlife mixed up with Night Flyers. All I'm going by is the trailer. If you watch the trailer, Night has fangs on the font they use in the trailer. I don't know. Unless I accidentally watched did I watch the Night Flyers trailer? I don't know. Wilson says, I also have Night Flyers, which I can re-encode for you in the future. That's also another Laserdisc exclusive. Well, that'd be cool. One thing, I'm very appreciative of your, movies sharing, but one thing I would recommend is if you could keep the size down, that would be appreciated, as my internet sucks. Just a thought. Do you happen to have Starman on Laserdisc? I kind of want to see Starman, but I feel bad when I start to request things. What else do I want to see here? What else can I request? I don't know. Oh, cool. Wilson says Night Flyers has the woman from Night of the Comet. Well, which woman? There's two women in it, but they're both cute. Wilson does previews of the file before I decide which bit rate to go with. Yeah, it's going to take all day to download the recent one you sent me, just so you know. So like 2 gigs or under would be appreciated. Anything on Elite Thunder's mind at all? If not, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Do a refresh here, see what we got. 3 watching still. We've got a new face here, Harvard Brad. He says, Wise Guy Wilson with the 16-bit. Wilson says, I'm also doing this on a 4K monitor, which might be showing more flaws the lower the bit rate is. Yeah, you gotta throw that 4K monitor away. Like, I don't know. Yeah. So I want to say it was, what the hell was it, Wednesday? Might have been Wednesday. I did a audio conversation with Will Powell about his favorite film by the name of, which happens to be Jaws. So I hope to get that fan discussion up tomorrow. Wilson says 4K is the future. Well, okay, well, we are in the present, so until we get to the future. Anyway, I shouldn't be bitching out some guy who's very gracious to hook us up with movies, so do whatever the hell you want, damn it. Wilson has that Laserdisc horror exclusive with Happy Gilmore's bad guy in it. He has to find the actor's name. Still 3 watching. Welcome all. Probably just, I don't know, if no one shows up on a call, we'll probably go 2 or 3 hours for today and call it good for this week, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get someone showing up on a call. Wilson says Christopher McDonald. I don't know which movie are we talking about. Christopher McDonald is in what? Night Flyers. Oh, he's talking about another movie now? Playroom from 1990? It sounds like an adult movie. I don't know if I'm old enough to see that, or maybe I'm too old. Wilson says, have you ever seen that before? Never heard of, if we're talking about Playroom, I've never heard of Playroom. You'd think with all the adult movies I've seen, I would have seen Playroom. Ha 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 ha. Once again, welcome everyone. Took last week off because we had just done a Nate and Beth show. I think it was like 3 days before Thursday, so I'm like, yeah, that's enough radio for the week. Looks like we've got Will Powell. He says, good evening, Nate. I'm sure he'll finish that sentence. I'll join the show in a bit. Okay, sounds good. Let me know if you want to join on a call, Will, and I'll turn on my stuff. Wilson says Playroom is a unique horror film, a different than your average zombie vampire flick. Maybe he should re-encode that one first. Well, I guess you'll have to decide. Elite Thunder asks if I've seen any movies in 4DX cinema. Not that I'm aware of. Is that like with smells or something that comes out of the screen? Wow. 5 current listeners. Should I search for DX Cinema? Maybe I should, just in case. He never tells me what it is. Okay. Oh, I see. It's the ultimate experience involving motion chairs and special effects like wind and rain. Okay, so they must have mist machines and stuff. Okay. Yeah, honestly, haven't been to the movie theater in like the last 2 years until recently. We saw Top Gun Maverick, and yeah, honestly, I didn't really miss the movie theaters, honestly, and just going to sit in a room with strangers. I don't know. I didn't like it before the world went to shit, and it's like, I really didn't miss the theater, and I just might be that age where I'm just like, maybe the theater is less enjoyable these days than enjoyable for me. Wilson says he thinks he was on something like that back in 2005 in Disney World. I'm assuming he's talking about 4DX Cinema. He doesn't believe it's new, but he could be wrong. Yeah, it might not be new. I mean, yeah, I hear you. I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I was at, I don't know, Disneyland and frickin' whatchamacallit, Universal Studios. I'm pretty sure they do stuff along those lines. There used to be, I don't know if it's still there or not, but at I think it was Universal Studios, some kind of Star Wars ride thing, which was kind of cool. It wasn't a ride, it was like a theater thing with the same kind of thing, It's like I think the theater moved and this and that to simulate G-force. I wish I could remember what that was, but it's kind of cool. Stuff like that, and, yeah. I can't, that was back in 03. I can't remember much of the Disneyland / Universal Studios trip. I actually got to see that Waterworld, thing at Universal Studios. That was cool to have been able to see. Welcome, everyone. Let me just do a refresh. Part of me doesn't want to because I'm sure it'll be no longer 5. Yeah, exactly. So it is 4. So, at Disneyland / Universal Studios, I may have experienced something along the lines of close to kind of 4DX cinema, but honestly, yeah, I can remember them having vibrating chairs and something there. Oh, you know what else they had? Because there was some scene in some attraction we watched with, rodents or something. They had something under every seat where it would be like a motorized tail. So when you're sitting there watching it, it'll feel like a rat's tail or a rodent's tail kind of hit the back of your feet, legs thing. So that was pretty interesting. God, I can't remember for the life of me what that was. That was another thing where it was like a movie theater experience, something made especially for that theater kind of thing. Actually, just rewatched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and it's really I think that's just because movies just continue to get worse and worse, but it really isn't that horrible. It's actually got a lot of it's I thought it was worse than it. It's really not that bad. It's interesting how, like, if something ages in a way, it almost gets better with time, or some things can. Elite Thunder asks if I've seen Girls Night Out from 1982. I think that's kind of... I'm pretty sure it's on Blu-ray. I haven't seen it. Oh, okay, yeah, it's on... If this is the same thing, it's on Arrow Video Blu-ray. Haven't seen it. Mr. Belcher. Yeah, let's see. A killer wearing a dancing bear suit stalks a variety of cheerleaders during an all-night scavenger hunt at a remote Ohio college. Yeah, sounds like up my alley, but I ain't gonna pay $26 to blind buy it. So that's my answer to Girls Night Out. Looks interesting. Do I want to know how many listeners we have? Holding at 4. Elite Thunder picked up the Arrow release. Okay, very cool. Is that how you saw it for the very first time? Did you blind buy it? Oh wow, okay, it's really new. It just came out on May 17th. That Blu-ray. Okay. What I should do is look on YouTube and see if anyone put like some crappy old VHS version, or maybe Wilson has a Laserdisc he can share. I'm just looking it up on YouTube very quickly here. Yeah, okay, well, it's buy or rent on Arrow version on YouTube. I don't know how much they get to rent it. I see something here, Girls Night Out, aka Scaremaker 84. This is there's a picture of what's his name in this thumbnail. Is he in it? Hal Holbrook? Is this the same movie? So if I click buy or rent, oh, well, you could rent it for $3. Okay, well, I appreciate the heads up. I'm sure Girls Night Out would be pretty much something up my alley. Oh, okay. Wilson says stream messing up for him. Yeah, there's a good chance. I was looking at shit online. I probably should keep that to a minimum. It's probably because I was looking up. I was using internet, the same internet I'm streaming with. So I'll cut out my internet searching, and hopefully that'll fix it. We've got Castellar Garcia. He says, watch World Gone Wild with Bruce Dern. Elite Thunder says, torrent. I think it means he's suggesting a way for me to watch Girls' Night Out. I guess that's always an option. Wilson asks a question which I answered years ago when I uploaded my review for Graduation Day, but he asks if I've seen Graduation Day. Absolutely, it's a favorite, and I've got the Vinegar Syndrome Blu-ray, and I've also reviewed that years and years ago. Wilson says he switched browsers. Chrome probably better than Edge. Yeah, Chrome is probably what you're going to want to use for YouTube, as they're both Google products. Wilson says, have I seen the copycat of It, Fatal Games? Not that I'm aware of. That movie is very similar. Looks like we've got some recommendations this week. Thank you for the recommendations. Still holding at 4 current listeners. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. Have some water here. We might possibly be joined on a call by Will later on if he decides to show back up. I'll probably have to check out Girls' Night Out at some point. Wilson says he can re-encode Girls' Night Out to a smaller file size in the future, but right now his PC is re-encoding a 4K video. So do you have Girls' Night Out on Laserdisc, or what? How do you have Girls' Night Out? Wilson offers some pretty good advice here. He says, don't torrent. They track people that way, and providers can be annoying. Oh my God. Wilson says he's got the Blu-ray rip. Is that the Arrow Blu-ray? Jesus. Wilson says he's also seen it in the past. I'm assuming he's talking about Girls' Night Out. Garcia says Unhuman from, I guess, released this year is interesting. Wilson says the current one probably, but I didn't bother watching it again because there's other movies he's been watching with his dad, plus he's seen the movie a couple times already. Oh gosh, I guess since this is a movie channel, yeah, we've got the Jurassic World, whatever the hell it's called, opening tomorrow. Well, I guess it kind of opens today. Does it open to, maybe it's opening today. I'll probably be seeing that, I would imagine, as I'm a kind of fan. I wasn't crazy about Fallen Kingdom, but I loved Jurassic World. So it's really cool that for the quote-unquote final one, they're bringing back Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum, and Sam Neill. That's kind of cool. It'll be, I mean, the movie's like 2.5 hours long, so hopefully they've got a decent amount of screen time. Be interesting to see how much screen time they have. Down to 3 listeners. Here, I'm going to take off my shirt and get them back. Wilson says he wanted me to see Humongous, so maybe he'll rip his Blu-ray of that and re-encode to a much smaller file size. Well, golly gosh, gee whiz, that'd be very much appreciated. Wilson says, what would be a good file size for me? 2 gigabytes or less. When he makes the file size that small, probably makes more sense to encode it to 720p at that point. I would say 2 gigabytes or less for the file size, Wilson. I would appreciate it. Back to 4 listeners. Just taking a look at Humongous. All right, yeah, that looks fun. Wilson says, what TV are you watching the movies I send you on? Are you hooking up a USB to watch the movies? Is your TV H.264 format, or does it also support H.265? Or don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know about that. I do. It's a 3D Sony HD TV. I do put it on USB and plug it in the Blu-ray player, so that's how I mean, you know, just to let you know, the Night of the Creeps looked fantastic. So, you know, I grew up in the VHS era, so I'm not as picky as a lot of young people are. So, the Night of the Creeps looked absolutely fine. Garcia says, a fine mess with Ted Danson is funny. Danson. Seems like Wilson says, so did I. I don't know what he's referring to. He's turning 36. He grew up watching VHS as a kid. Okay. It seems like a fine mess. I bet if I type that in, the cover art will be familiar. A fine mess. Oh yes, yes. That's a cover I can remember seeing in the video store's comedy section. I never seen it, but that's definitely a cover I remember. Yeah, Ted Danson was big in the 80s, wasn't he? Yeah, that's an awful lot of silence, I guess, for a radio show. Just, it's hard to just keep frickin' talking nonstop. That's probably, yeah, it's probably a lot of silence right there, too. Like I say, I mean, I don't guarantee just nonstop talking. Let's see here. Oh, you know what I did? I can't remember who the hell suggested it. Was it or let me know about it? Was it Garcia? Maybe if it was, he can remind me. But I did end up buying that Australian import of Punisher on Blu-ray, and that thing is very cool. I saw the normal high definition version first and scanned through some of the the uncut stuff and whatchamacallit, the work print version and stuff, and wow, at that beginning on the work print version is really cool to see. So definitely grateful to whoever tipped me off to the fact that the Punisher has been on Blu-ray for quite a long time on a, I guess, region-free Australian release, although it does say region B on the back. When I opened it up and saw that, I'm like, fuck, what did they do? Send me the wrong one, or what, did I buy the wrong one? But I did some research and I found out, well, this is the quote-unquote region-free one. It just says region B on it. So it all worked, and on Amazon there was a review that said the gag reel and something else, maybe trailer, didn't work, and the gag reel didn't work for me, but I can live without the gag reel and without seeing the gag reel in the trailer. It's got pretty cool interview with editor turned director back to editor Mark Goldblatt and whatchamacallit, Dolph Lundgren, and I guess Mark Goldblatt commentary, I think. So it's a pretty good release and definitely the best way I've ever seen that movie. That movie, yeah, I think it came out on home video, and I don't know, either 90 or 91. I think I saw it for the very first time in 91. Also, me and my buddy were playing the NES Punisher video game at the same time, so it was kind of fun. That game was really cool. If you haven't seen the NES Punisher video game, look it up on YouTube. It's like a a really kind of fun side-scrolling, shooter kind of a game. Really kind of fun. Wilson asks if I watched Twisted Nightmare. Is that something I'm supposed to be watching? Let me just do a quick search. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I haven't seen Twisted Nightmare. Feel free to send me it. Man, there's a lot of these fun movies they made. Oh, that's the one. Oh, I see. That's the one at the Friday the 13th Part 3 location. Yeah, okay. Wow. Yeah, I'd be up for having it sent to me, that's for sure. Unless anyone knows where I can see it for free. Garcia says if you're sick, he hopes it's not a certain kind of thing. I'm sure it isn't. He says, at least you don't sound like the breather from Student Bodies today. Well, the day's young. Who knows what I'll sound like. Wilson says the Genesis Punisher arcade game is great for Sega Genesis. He's got the Blu-ray of Twisted Nightmare. Oh, wow. Who put that out? Because in my little thing here, it says Twisted Nightmare Blu-ray limited to 1,500. Who put out the Blu-ray? I don't know. Part of me is like, God, how would I feel about seeing a movie filmed at the Friday 3 location? But I guess I'm up for it. Man. Yeah, the more images I see from Twisted Nightmare, the more I think that's right up my alley. Looks like Wilson's got quite a slew of things he's going to send me. Garcia says, great VHS cover, Demon Wind. Oh yeah, I can picture that just by seeing the title. Was that lenticular? I want to say that was lenticular, maybe not. Wilson says, oh, he doesn't remember. Maybe he doesn't remember who put it out. Maybe that's what he doesn't remember. Twisted Nightmare. Well, I guess if I type Blu-ray, I said I wasn't going to dick around on the internet, but I guess I am. Put out the Blu-ray, 1,500 made. Yeah, that definitely looks like fun. Uh-oh, looks like my cube is red. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm doing too much looking stuff up on the net. My little cube, streaming cube was red, so if there was glitching, it was my fault because I was looking at frickin' stuff online again. But yeah, it looks like the limited to 1,500 Blu-ray release of Twisted Nightmare is indeed code red. Wilson is correct. And apologies if there's glitching. It's probably my fault looking stuff up on the same computer that I'm streaming on. So I'll try to cut that out. Yeah, a lot of titles came up today in the show that I'm definitely interested in seeing. Twisted Nightmare, I think, would be fun because of Friday 3 location and stuff. Garcia says movie Palace of Blood on YouTube has great VHS covers. Good. Thanks for the heads up. Maybe change up the image. See about changing up the image. Let's see here. I gotta find this thing. Ooh, wow. This'll do. Whoops. I have to size it. Fit it into the thing. Once again, I know there's a lot of silence this week. Once again, thanks everyone for showing up. Greatly appreciated. As I said, if we don't have anyone on a call, we'll probably go for 2 or 3 hours on chat reading. And if we have someone on call, we might go longer. Down to 2 listeners, it's understandable. There's a lot of silence this week, mainly because when chat slows down, I don't know what the hell to talk about. Yes, sir. So, I'll probably see the new Jurassic World at some point. Wilson says he found 1.9 gigabyte 1080p copies of Humongous and Twisted Nightmare online. He can send me the links to them if I want. He might not have to re-encode them from his personal Blu-rays after all. Well, I guess that would be appreciated. How do we know these links are safe? Yeah, that'd be great to see. Twisted Nightmare. Oh, Wilson says they're safe. He uses the website all the time. Okay, well, if Wilson says so, I guess must be true. Yeah, I guess Wilson says he's been using the website for over a decade, probably. I guess you can send the links if you'd like to my email, Wilson, and I can give them a shot. Hopefully they're the same kind of format that your file of, what was it called? Night of the Creeps was, so I can watch it on the TV. Garcia says the Dead Pit good cover. Yeah, if you look at our, I think it's the most highly viewed video on my channel. I think it's like Mom and Pop Video Store, December, I don't know, 18th, 92. You can see us actually picking up the Dead Pit cover and my buddy pressing the button where the eyes glow green, I think. Kind of alternate between on and off in a very creepy, hypnotizing fashion on the Dead Pit cover. Wilson says the only complaints he gets from his annoying Comcast provider is if I download torrents. They track torrents but not HTTP links. It's easier to track torrents. Well, that's a little bit of good information. Yeah, I've never luckily got into that torrents thing. Garcia says the PS2 Punisher game is good. Okay, well, I've played Punisher NES, but I don't think I've played Punisher PS2. Well, as I said, Wilson, I guess if you stand by those links being safe, I can give them a shot. If you wanted to shoot them over to my email, much appreciated. I'd go look at the PS2 Punisher game on YouTube, but I don't want to screw up the show by watching a video at the same time. Man, it's something how time flies. It's almost an hour into the show already. We'll see if we get any calls today. Do I want to know how many people are currently listening? Probably not. Too bad. Something for me to talk about. 3 listeners currently. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I think I'm going to possibly do more fan commentaries. With OBS, you can record, and then I found a way, I had to figure out a way to make those 4 and 5.5 hour Friday the 13th conversations, make them a file that was manageable to upload. And, when you've got no video, it's really easy to make even a 5.5 hour audio conversation a really, small size for an upload. So, since I figured out how to record, frickin' OBS and stuff, it's really doesn't take much time at all to upload a commentary now. So expect me to possibly kind of do more fan commentaries as well. I just did one for Just Before Dawn 2 days ago, and it's already, for me, it's pretty good for 2 days. It's already up to 31 views, so that's pretty cool. So expect me to possibly up the ante in audio, fan commentaries as well. We'll just see how that goes. Down to 2 listeners. Well, poof. Garcia says, fun Halloween TV film, The Midnight Hour. A lot of suggestions this week. Thank you very much. Yep, just a friendly reminder of what silence sounds like. I don't know what this means. Garcia says, nope, film looks like fun. Yep. Oh, that's right. Garcia says Rob Zombie, the Munsters PG film. Is that the one you said, nope, looks like fun? Like I say, I don't know how they got Rob Zombie to make a PG movie, but unless they just let him film whatever the hell he wanted and cut it down to PG, you'd think it'd be like 15 minutes long, but yeah, it'd be very interesting to see what a PG Rob Zombie movie looks like. See, I can't even believe it's PG. You think that the best he'd be able to do is PG-13. If we had Austin here, we'd have no time for silence because he'd always be regaling us with some thought about something or other, movie related. He's a keyboard warrior. I mean, I don't know if that's a negative term. I mean it in a good way. Keyboard ninja. More silence. Do we want to see if we're down to one listener yet? Let's do a refresh here. And still two. Thank you very much. Probably Wilson and Garcia, I would imagine. Just check something while I'm waiting for someone to say something. Garcia says Christopher Gans just wrote the script to Fatal Frame and for a new Silent Hill film. What's Fatal Frame? Some kind of horror movie based on movie murders? All right, everyone. Basically, just approaching an hour into show, I'd say, probably another hour, and maybe we'll see if we don't get any calls or any joins to the chat. Maybe we'll reevaluate the situation in an hour and see if we want to keep going or not at that point. Little dead right now, which is to be expected. Nice weather. People are hopefully out enjoying it and don't have time to come listen to me be quiet and clear my throat. and lean back in the noisy chair. I am really grateful though that Creature's finally on Blu-ray. I've already watched that like 3 times and probably got to watch it more times. That's I don't know what the hell it is about Creature. For me, it just encapsulizes the mid '80s just perfectly. It's a lo-fi, wannabe alien ripoff. It's just. I really wish I would have seen it as a kid, but I guess I kind of, when I do watch it, even now as an adult, I kind of do still see it as a kid. So if you look at it that way. All right, thank you, Wilson. He says he sent me links to Twisted Nightmare, Humongous, and Fatal Games. Thank you very much. Okay, hour into the show. What do we talk about? Another thing I guess I could mention is that I got the recent re-release of the film Without Warning on Blu-ray. I figured, what the hell, it was down to like $15. So I did watch it. I saw it for the very first time. I meant to say, did I say Without Warning? I think so. If I didn't, that's what I meant to say. Without Warning. Now yeah, I think that's the name of it. I saw it for the first time on YouTube, weeks back, and wasn't sure I was worth buying, but I'm like, we'll buy it. For anyone who doesn't know, Kino Lorber just put out a new Blu-ray. I think it'd been available on Blu-ray, but it recently, I think it'd gone out of print, and now Kino did a 2K scan, and Without Warning is back on Blu-ray, so expect a movie review / Blu-ray review from me at some point, I would imagine. It's a fun, goofy, early 80s alien movie. Wilson says, I'll still re-encode the Laserdisc captures he has of other movies because currently he owns a high-end Laserdisc player, so they won't look much better from other captures by others unless they are also capturing from a high-end player. Yeah, I saw that side change. That's kind of interesting. So does that player pick a random part of the movie and as an image during a side change? If so, that's kind of fun. One quick sec, I'm just going to look at something here. Okay. Wilson says, I think it's near the end that it still frames, but it shakes on LCD monitors. He thinks on a fat tube TV it probably would look still. He doesn't have his players hooked up to any of his fat tube TVs, though. He enjoys watching Laserdiscs on modern TVs. Well, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. Do you happen to know by chance, like, these links for these movies? Like, do you happen to know what, like, format they are? Or I just want to know if I'm going to be able to watch them on the TV, you know? It's got a Sony Blu-ray player, so maybe you know what formats work on a little thumb drive on a Sony Blu-ray player. He says they are H.264. Well, I don't know. He says you should be able to. Well, we'll give it a shot. I don't think I've ever heard of H.264, but we shall see. He says unless it says H.265 on them. Well, I guess worst come to worst, if it doesn't play, I might be able to convert it to something that'll play on the player. Wilson says your Blu-ray player probably will tell you if it supports H.264 and 265. If you have a newer Blu-ray player, it probably supports both. Yeah, I mean, it's from it's from 2010, so it's not that new. Worst come to worst, I can reformat it myself to work on the Blu-ray player. So we'll see if we can probably make it work one way or the other. Wilson says H.264 is most common format. He says, okay, stick with H.264. We've got Austin. He says, hey there, welcome Austin. About 2 hours, or not 2 hours, 1 hour into the show. Probably go for at least another hour, maybe another 2 hours if no one shows up on a call. Wilson says, don't download H.265 format so you don't have to re-encode again. I think his ja is some kind of laughing. Oh, maybe he's trying to say ha ha ha, but it looks like H is right next to J on the keyboard. Wilson says 2010 is probably H.264 only. Austin says, are we talking about Blu-ray players? Laugh out loud. Well, yeah, Wilson's being really gracious. He's sending me links to of ways to enjoy movies, and he's getting a little technical, so I guess we're kind of talking about that at the moment. Wilson says he'll look up the release date of H.265. But we can talk about anything. You don't have to talk about Blu-ray players. 3 listeners, probably because Austin joined. Welcome, Austin. Wilson says on April 13th, 2013, HEVC/H.265 was approved as an ITU-T standard. I should be reading this in the trailer voice. The standard was formally published by the ITU-T on June 7th, 2013, and by the ISO-IEC on November 25th, 2013. Austin says, so do you think most people still don't have Blu-ray players? I would think most people have Blu-ray players these days. I would think. But I don't go in many people's houses. You know, one thing I do know is a lot of people don't have dedicated Blu-ray players. It's probably more common that people have PS3s and 4s and 5s and Xbox whatevers. I'd say it might be more common that people play Blu-rays on game consoles actually than having a dedicated Blu-ray player. So that would be my guess. Yeah, I mean, Wilson just confirms my guess right there. He says the only Blu-ray he's got, or Blu-ray player he's got, is a PS3. Austin says, no one I know around me has a Blu-ray player. Laugh out loud. And then he says, no. I don't know what the no is for, but Wilson says his PS3 is CFW, so on region B, you can change the region on his CFW PS3 so he can watch European Blu-rays. His Night of the Comet Blu-ray is region B locked. Austin says he's got Sony dedicated player and PS3. So Austin, these people, these friends of yours who don't have Blu-ray players, they must have consoles, or do they watch Blu-rays on game consoles? Wilson says he recently picked up a Blu-ray remote. Oh yeah, I think he said this before, for it, and it's so much better with a Blu-ray remote control, referring to PS3. Austin says the no was a correction for typing in no with KNOW. Oh, I see. Right. No, he said KNOW, one he knows around him has a Blu-ray player. Oh yeah, Elite Thunder brings up a great point. He says, did you know that Weatherman got a Blu-ray release? Yeah, that's freaking awesome, because I hold that movie in pretty high regard. I think it's really good, and it's a shame it took this long for Blu-ray release, but I'm going to be all over that. Thanks for the reminder. Austin says, well, all his family members still use DVD, which irritates the hell out of him. Laugh out loud. Wow. Well, yeah. Okay. Wilson says his PS3 has a gigabyte hard drive in it, and he has new Alfred Hitchcock Presents 1985 episodes saved on it, as well as Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z on it. He's also have several movies saved on hard drive. Oh, he meant 1 terabyte. Yeah, I was going to say 1 gigabyte. 1 gigabyte. It's like, ooh, wow, you've got a gigabyte hard drive. Way to go. I wasn't going to say nothing. Austin says, it's a shame the Xbox 360 didn't embrace Blu-ray. That's true. It seemed to me like you had to. Did you have to buy some add-on or something to play Blu-rays in that? I can't remember. Maybe you couldn't. Maybe you couldn't even play Blu-rays in. I don't know. But yeah, Wilson says 1 gigabyte would be too small. That's what I was kind of wondering, but I was just gonna let it go. Wilson says the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z episodes are highly compressed, so they don't take up too much of the hard drive space. They look great. They look in great quality on our 4K TV. Well, that's a relief. That's what I thought. Austin says you had to buy an add-on to play. Oh, looks like maybe the 360 only played HD DVDs. Oh my God, you had to buy an add-on to play HD DVDs on the 360. Yeah, I always waited until the format war was over. Well, actually, no, I guess I didn't with DVD. But I waited until the format war was over to get into Blu-ray. I just happened to pick the winner on DVD. It was kind of easy to know what the winner was going to be, DVD versus DVIX or whatever the hell that was, because that the opposing format was so ridiculous that I kind of knew what the winner was going to be. Wilson says HD DVD is such a dumb format, and he's been tempted to get into HD DVD, but then he thinks it's pointless to do. Blu-ray is a superior format. It can hold more gigabytes on it. Austin says that's one of the reasons HD DVD failed, because Blu-ray was already built into PS3. Wilson says, I can't think of any movie stuck on HD format. Or HD DVD format. Yeah, I mean, anything that's on HD DVD, I'm sure it's on Blu-ray, ain't it? So it's kind of like, yeah. Sometimes at half-price books you come across HD DVD discs, and it's like, okay. Austin says there's a few stuck on HD DVD, but he's not sure what they are. Wilson's PS3 is a fat model. Do you both have PS3s, and which models? I don't have a PS3 at all. I've only got 360. Austin's PS3 is Model 3. That's appropriate. Wilson doesn't know what Model 3 is. Austin says he's got the latest model of 360 as well. Wilson asks, fat or slim? And he's talking to Austin probably. Wilson says he's got the I don't know, XENON Xbox 360 model, which overheats if you don't give it proper airflow. He put soda caps underneath it so it can breathe, and boy, is that sucker loud. Austin says the Model 3 of PS3 was the last one put out, and it was very slim. Wilson says the original Xbox 360, the one without an HDMI, sounds like a loud vacuum. Oh my God. I didn't know they put a 360 out without an HDMI. Austin's 360 is the black model. I did that. It just made me think of So I could say something funny, but I think I'll just keep it to myself. Wilson says the first 360 had, oh my God, HD com. I think this is this the word that I always mispronounce? Component. I think Wilson always hates how I say that or something. It has no HDMI, sadly. Wilson's making a sad face. It also sounds ridiculously loud. Austin says the PS3 he's got is where you have to slide it open and put a disc in or press a button to open it too. Wilson says his fat PS3 can sound slightly loud when it reads stuff like Blu-rays and some games, but not nearly as loud as the first 360. Austin says the 360 he's got has HDMI games, look good and probably better than PS3. Let's see. Last time I checked, there was 3 listeners. Do we want to know what it currently is now? Probably not. 4. Wow. Austin says his PS3 Blu-ray player looks just as good and loud as his normal standard player. Wilson says he's had his PS3 since '08 and paid about $400 for it and was refurbished. It's ran pretty flawlessly, but on occasion I'll suck dust out of the vents and clean dust off it. Yeah, good idea probably. That seems like a lot of money for refurbished. But I guess I don't know what PS3. Yeah, I guess I don't know what PS3s were going for in '08, so I guess I wouldn't know. Maybe, yeah, who knows. Approaching an hour and a half into show. We'll see what things are like at the 2-hour mark. Might not be joined by anyone on the phone this week, which I guess is fine. Wilson says it might have been $350 or $340. I don't know how expensive it was, but he does know it wasn't cheap to a kid. That's a lot of money. You got that right. You got that right, kid. Wilson says I would have been around 22, but in his early 20s he felt like a child still, and in some ways he still does. Yeah, well, I think a lot of us can identify with that. Yeah, I'm going to be forever 14. Forever 14. Ugh. Should I see what the weather's like? Okay. See what weather I'm missing out on. Oh, Jesus. Okay, here. If I click this. Oh, so currently 79. Looks like partly cloudy. And I love the humidity, though. 24%. I can live with that. Yeah, I can live with that. Wilson says, can that fat PS3 work with an SSD? I'd imagine it probably can't. Wilson's going to do an internet search. Austin says HD DVDs are almost as good as Blu-rays. Yeah, it takes too long to say HD DVD because you know that the way that format is named, you're just saying like, you know, freaking 5 letters. Blu-ray just really slips out of the just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Blu-ray, you know, 2 syllables, and it's like HD DVD. I mean, you're exhausted before you even get to the DVD part. It's like HD DVD. Austin says even Betamax had a longer life than HD DVD. Wilson says he did an internet search and he thinks the fat PS3 can work with SSD, but apparently it makes little to no difference because the PS3 wasn't designed to really take advantage of SSDs. Wilson says HD DVD can't hold as much information either. It was never going to win the format war for that alone, in his opinion. Yeah, I wasn't paying too close attention, but it doesn't seem like HD DVD lasted very long whatsoever. Well, Austin says HD DVD doesn't roll off the tongue. Another fail. Yeah, you can kind of understand why they went for that name because DVD had dominated for like 10 years and you know, it was kind of the way they kind of had the same problem with UHD, you know, 4K disc is they kind of you know didn't know what to call it, but HD DVD just is too hard to say, and people keep typing it. They keep making me say it. They keep making me say it. Wilson asks a question, are Laserdiscs the coolest format? He thinks the giant discs are awesome. Well, I think the giant discs are cool, and like I said, one of the many cool things about Laserdiscs, same with LP records, is that you've got so much, you know, square inchage or square millimeterage to work with glorious cover art front and back. And it's true, the big, you know, reflective shiny rainbow discs of Laserdiscs are cool, but at the end of the day, as far as a format goes, as being functional, I definitely like DVD and Blu-ray more. But the bigness of Laserdiscs, both the artwork and the sleeve artwork and the disc itself is fun. So the giant discs are definitely awesome. Wilson says the video quality varies on Laserdiscs, though. Some movies look in much better quality and others not so much. Yeah, exactly. I'd agree with that as well. Austin says, Troy, the theatrical cut is only on HD DVD, so there's one. Okay. That's one he's named. Something that's only available on HD DVD. I gotta figure out a quicker way to say that. I don't think there is a quicker way to say it. It's already down to... Yeah. There isn't a quicker way to say it. HDVD. Austin says Army of Darkness first premiered on HD DVD and not Blu-ray. Well, there you go. Wilson says he thinks the Friday the 13th Laserdiscs and Child's Play Laserdiscs are pretty good quality. Child's Play 2 looks really gorgeous on his Laserdisc player. Keep in mind, he's on a high-end player. Austin says apparently the HD DVD version of Dragonheart is better than the Blu-ray. Uh-oh. Wilson says, I do not know how well your Laserdisc performs, Nate, because I don't know much about your model. Well, I guess I've had no complaints with my Laserdisc players, so there you go. Wilson says Child's Play 2 Laserdisc on his player looks like a 4:3 DVD, in his opinion. Oh yeah, you know what's funny about Child's Play 2 in that screen format is when, towards the end, when he kills the teacher and I think Andy gets out of the... Or no, Kyle gets out of the room and he traps Andy in the room by shutting the door with his body. You can see the mechanism because you're seeing too much of the screen top to bottom. So on the bottom you can see the kind of the puppetry mechanism at the very bottom of the screen that you don't see in the 185 widescreen version. You pretty much, yeah, come to think of it, you pretty much need either the VHS tape or the Laserdisc to see that, but Wilson probably knows what I'm talking about. Oh, Wilson doesn't pick up on stuff like that. He probably missed it. Okay, well, that's understandable. Big smiley face from Wilson. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. How's it hanging, Phil? Wilson says Child's Play 2 is a really creepy movie. Oh yeah, did you guys know that NECA has some through, I guess, Shout Factory, Scream Factory, whatever, had some kind of super limited burnt Chucky figure from like the first movie? I got an email. I'm on their email mailing list, and I got an email about it. God dang, it looks cool, but I guess the figure itself is sold out. You got to buy bundles to get it now. Obviously, I'm not going to, but if anyone hasn't seen that figure, it looks really good. You know, burnt Chucky from the end of the first Child's Play film. Looks like there's probably a removable head option as his head gets blown off. So I think there's like at least two different heads, two different expressions, and you can have his head on or off, but it looks really good. It looks like it's got, you know, like real fabric clothes or something. I mean, it looks really good. Anyone aware of that figure? It's kind of one of those NECA Scream Factory exclusives like they did with the Driller Killer and the Miner from My Bloody Valentine. But I did end up coming across a Miner figure in Target, which was amazing. It was in a, not the box, but a different kind of packaging. But I didn't expect to come across the Miner NECA figure in Target. Maybe they didn't sell as well as they thought and they're trying to unload them or something. But yeah. Wilson says shoving a knife into his arms and cutting his legs off to get loose, just really gruesome. Yeah, it's too bad you didn't see him lose his legs, though. Wilson says he's got Child's Play 1 on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. The DVD copy he's got a Child's Play is 4:3 format, so it's probably similar to the Laserdisc release. Yeah, okay, interesting. I'm trying to think if I got that as well. I might have that as well. Wilson says the Blu-ray copy of Child's Play he has is the Scream Factory Shout Factory. He believes it's 2K scan that was put on a 1080p Blu-ray. Looks pretty good. Austin thought Child's Play, the first film, was creepier. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that, but I think Wilson's creeped out by, at the end of Child's Play 2 with him sticking the knife in his arm and cutting his legs off to escape and just hacking off his limbs to continue his whatever pursuit of Andy. I think that's where Wilson's coming from. Wilson says he bought that Child's Play 1 Blu-ray used years back. Austin says they had a Scream Factory NECA exclusive Night of the Demons figure. Yeah, there's like 2-pack. I think it's got Linnea Quigley's character and like that fatter kind of guy character. Yeah, I think they're still trying to sell that as well. I'm not a big enough fan of that movie to want them figures, but yeah, that's very true. They've got those as well. Wilson says that creepy song in Child's Play 2, is it in the first movie too? That song is creepy near the end. I guess which song are we talking about? You mean like the Good Guy Jingle? Is that the song? I can't remember if they're the same in the first two movies or not. They might have different jingles in the first two movies, and I come to think about it. Austin says Chucky is like the Terminator in the first two. That's true. He's just getting burned and battered and bruised and dismembered and just keeps on coming. I do have that, just a plastic NECA Chucky figure they put out years ago. It's really cool because it's got like different heads, so it's like in one figure it pretty much, with the accessories and the heads available, it kind of, I think from what I recollect, it covers, the first three films. I think it's got the accessories and the heads to cover all three of the first films. I should actually go grab it and show everyone. Should I do that? I think so. I'm gonna go do that. I'll be right back. You're used to silence anyway. Okay, That wasn't long, was it? Wilson says Child's Play 2 end titles credit song. That song is creepy to me. Okay, I guess I can't remember it. Let me look at this. Yeah, it's got, okay. Oh, Jesus. It's even got the Bride of Chucky head. So it looks like it covers 4 movies. Oh, we've got Matthew Haggerty. He says, nice picture. Wow. He just woke up an hour ago. Yeah, and for people that are listening only, he's referring to a photo of I've got on the screen of a recent kayak adventure on the lake. Yeah, it looks great because the sun is backlit on them green leaves. Really nice. Isn't that something? Welcome, Matthew Haggerty. I'm going to see about taking just a brief break from that beautiful picture to show this Child's Play figure. There we go. Okay, I have to zoom in far enough so you don't see things I don't want you to see. Okay, let me. Okay, I can probably zoom in even further. Oh my God, just a little further. Well, wakey wakey, Matthew Haggerty. Anyone who is not driving and can safely look at the screen. Let me just double check and make sure I'm... Oh shit, I put that where I didn't want it. Okay. Feel free to look at the screen as I... in glorious grainy black and white, showcase the plastic NECA Good Guys figure, and I guess it covers the first 4 Child's Play movies. It's still Beth got me on the old paranoid and not wanting to open figures kick years ago, so I never opened it. But we've got can't really tell on my I can't so you've got 4 heads, and you've got Good Guy head, Crazy Chucky head, sliced off face from Child's Play 3, and also stitched up Bride of Chucky. And with all these accessories, I think it covers the weapons of the first. You got different hands here. Covers the weapons of the first 4 movies, I would imagine. But if you look at the back, it looks something like this. So, as I look at this stuff, the lighting's really not that great. So we've got baseball bat. I want to say I want to say baseball bat is from the first film. Hammer, the voodoo knife, first film. Okay, we've got the knife from part 2, and the knife in his arm stump from part 2. The gun, I'm trying to remember which movie he had the gun. Did he have the gun in the second movie? Then we got a couple... Oh, we've got a straight razor and a couple butcher... Oh, okay, a butcher knife, and then that hunting knife from the third film. The kind of Rambo knife. And then you've got your... How? Yeah, your your ruler for part two. So pretty cool. 3 different hands. So let's see here. Okay, one quick sec. Well, it didn't. Hold on a sec. One quick sec. Okay. Whoops. Oh God. I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. Get back to the lake, shall we? Austin says he watched Videodrome again last night. Okay. Yeah, I think last year I got the Criterion Blu-ray for $20. I also got the Brood, which if anyone wants to buy off me, let me know. I'll keep Videodrome, but I don't really like the Brood. If anyone wants to buy the Brood from me in the States, like I'd say, I don't know, what's fair? $13? What would anyone pay for the Blu-ray, Criterion Blu-ray of The Brood? Anyone? 10 bucks for The Brood? I don't really like The Brood. Austin says he has the old McFarlane movie Maniacs Child's Play 2 figure in its package. Wow, I can't even picture that. Huh. Wilson says, how tall am I? I think 5'8". I think 5'8". Just your average kind of height. Austin says the Brood was okay. Did I already say that? Yeah. If anyone wants to buy my Criterion Brood Blu-ray for maybe 10 bucks, let me know. So far, no one's flooding the chat with I want it. Thank you, Wilson. I'll let that slide because you're sharing movies with me. But he says, shorter than I thought. Wilson says, I thought you were above 6 foot for some reason. I guess it's the voice. Wilson says, you are around my height. I'm probably about an inch taller or so. Way to go. Is Matthew Haggerty with us or brushing his teeth? Yeah, for some reason I actually didn't get to bed until pretty late last night, so I hear you with the sleep schedule thing. Oh, okay. Matt says I looked a lot taller at my movie premiere for my movie. Oh, wow. Matt would have guessed 5'11" or even 6 foot. Huh. Nope, I'm a little person. Austin also has the Leatherface Movie Maniacs in the package, bloody version. Yeah, I got that one sitting right here. Is it from the first film? Because I got that one as well. They kind of screwed up with the chainsaw, though. The chainsaw is kind of like from the third film, and the Leatherface is like from the first film. Should I show it? You probably want me to show it. Now I gotta configure the damn video again. Whoa, almost fell over. So I don't know if this is what you're talking about. It's right here. Oh my god, it's got years of dust on it. So it's like Leatherface from the first film, but the chainsaw is like from the third film. And look at how the blood, I don't really like how they put the blood on the chainsaw, but yeah, that's like the third movie chainsaw minus the saw his family on it. So there's that. There's also this, as long as the video screen's up. Bow wow. Bow wow. Or if you really want to be authentic, 1 + 1 + 1. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, casi, fisa, fila, lucasi, value, faveva. Le così fulo si loca, fa sa wa wa. Te veu safi, go lai oi. Bum. Anyway. Hi. I'm gonna hold on a sec. Okay, well, Austin says, yep, the first film. He's got the Crow one as well. Matt says, no kayaking today. Yeah, honestly, it is too nice to be doing this, but I got out biking Monday. I'll probably get out biking or kayaking maybe tomorrow. It is too nice to be doing this today, so I should be outside today, but there's a lot of, I guess, nice weather coming up, so I will be taking advantage of it. I guess I just figured since I skipped last Thursday, I'd do this Thursday, but yeah. Austin says movie maniacs weren't the most accurate. That's true, but at the time it was like all we had, so we were pretty grateful. Oh, by the way, as long as I still got the video camera up for anyone who's not driving. Speaking of movie maniacs, here's Ash, Army of Darkness. So yeah, at the time, movie maniacs were some of the first horror action figures. So, you know, we didn't complain about some of this one's pretty accurate. We didn't complain about any of the anomalies that may have been featured in the movie maniacs lineup because they're some of the first figures of their kind. Yeah. Did I show this? I can't remember if I showed this. It's a Matchbox. They did these for some of the horror movie franchises. They did one for Jason. I probably should have got the Jason one as well, but this is like the Chainsaw first film truck. With a kind of a cartoony Leatherface on top of it. They did one for, I don't know why I didn't get the Friday the 13th one. I should have. I think they did one for Jason and Freddy. Maybe they did 3 of them. I don't know if they did one for Michael or not. But I think that's Matchbox. Trying to think of the vehicle they had for Jason, if it was the VW Bug. I don't remember. Austin has the Chatter NECA Hellraiser figure and a NECA Cult Classics Phantom figure all in package. Yeah, I got the recent, whatchamacallit, Pinhead one in the package. Matt says, nice weather is coming, yo. Yeah, it might mean, a bunch of me skipping Thursdays, I'm afraid, but I'm not going to do I talked about it at the beginning of the show. I'm not going to do a just a dedicated hiatus from the show. I'll just stop by on a Thursday where I feel like it, and possibly maybe a Thursday evening, whatever. It's just going to be touch and go during the summer. Austin says the movie Maniacs Jason Goes to Hell figure looked a bit off. Exactly. I've shown that on a video years ago. I got it right here as well. It's like a combination of but again, at the time it was like the first Jason action figures, so we weren't being too here. Since I got the video camera up, we weren't gonna complain too much, but it's like Jason Goes to Hell meets Casey. What's his name from Turtles? It's like the hockey mask is Casey Jones from the Turtles. It's the hockey mask is off. It's kind of a not exactly correct, but again, we weren't going to complain because it was like the first Jason action figure. Let me. Ugh. Austin says the Michael Myers figure wasn't bad. Yeah. This is the very first Michael Myers action figure I was aware of. It's the McFarlane. I think this would have been from 1999. This one is really good. It's probably their best figure at the time, and very pretty good. What's great about this is the legs, they aren't hinged. So they don't have, hinges in the knees. They're just, they picked up a position for the legs, and so. Austin says Movie Maniacs also did figures from the Alien series. Yeah, I can't say I remember that. I know NECA's got a series out of like every crew member from the first film, which is fun. I've come across Ripley in her spacesuit at Target, but I ain't gonna pay what they want for it. Matt says in regards to my summer show schedule, he's like, hey, that's better than no shows at all. That's exactly right. Stop by on a Thursday where I guess I feel like it. I said at the beginning of the show, like, if I get outdoor stuff in for the week and need a break from being in the sun kind of a deal, I can stop by. I'll let everyone know the day before. Austin says the Jason X figure looked better. Yeah, I never bought that because I was never crazy into Jason X. Oh, looks like Matt's going to head out. All right, if he's still with us to hear this, thanks a lot for showing up, and we'll see you next time, Matt. Austin says it doesn't look anything like Jason from Part 9. Laugh out loud. I guess it was fine at the time. That was 1998. Yep, exactly. Like I say, at the time it was like, ooh, frickin' one sec here. This ain't, okay, hold on. At the time it was like, ooh, Jason figures, so we weren't as picky. Austin says also McFarlane Toys sculpted all their figures from scratch. They didn't use 3D scans like they do now. He says you look at it now, you're like, You look at what now? And you're like, what are you referring to, Austin? Let's see here. We haven't heard from... Oh, okay. I haven't heard from Wilson since my height was the conversation. Do I want to even look at the... last time we looked, there was 4 listeners. Do I want to know how many there are now? 2. Yeah, I didn't think so. So what... How far? What are we? Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. So we just reached 2 hours. We're like 2 hours and 3 minutes into the show. So maybe go 30 more minutes and call it a show. Possibly. Might be a callerless show. Obviously. Yeah. Being quote unquote movie only talk on Skype is. Limits options, so might be a colorless show this week. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Austin's riffing off my, the figure was, great maybe at the time, but you look at it now and it doesn't hold up. Yeah, I'll say you can say that again compared to what NECA's been doing with Friday, with Jason figures and stuff. It makes you wonder, they've done 2 through 7 now. It does make you wonder if they are going to do 8 and Jason Goes to Hell. And one thing I'm kind of surprised about, although they've done a Mrs. Voorhees figure in the box set, which has I think they called it the 25th anniversary. It's got I can't remember what they called it, but the Part 2 Jason, the Mrs. Voorhees, and the little shrine from the second film. I'm surprised they haven't put out like a Mrs. Voorhees ultimate figure itself, like by itself in a box, like all of the current ultimate figures that NECA's been doing. But it does make you wonder if they're going to put out a Part 8. And I'd probably, I don't know, yeah, I've got all the NECA Jasons, 2 through 7, so I don't know if I'd get 8 or not. Austin says Movie Maniacs alien figures aren't bad. He would grab a few. He says the Jason Goes to Hell Jason looks so weird. Yeah, you got that right. It doesn't really hold up to what's come out since very well, does it? Like I say, you're looking at the hockey mask. It's a Casey Jones a hockey mask because it's got the eyes cut in a kind of an evil, mad look. It's a Casey Jones hockey mask. Austin likes the gore in Jason Goes to Hell. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is good about it, in my opinion. But yeah, we got a little surprise brief visit from Matthew Haggerty, so there you go. Looks like we lost Wilson. Maybe he's getting out for a jog. I don't blame him. I really should get the hell outside myself. Well, Austin says, actually, I wasn't referring to the figure when I said he looked weird. I'm talking about the design of Jason in the actual movie Jason Goes to Hell. It's very obscure looking. Yeah, I hear you. The one thing that's dumb about it is just that them making his head all big to try to make it look like the hockey mask. See, they had to make his head look big to make it look like the hockey mask was just growing into his. It's just, yeah, the big head look wasn't that great, was it? Austin says Friday the 13th Part 8 needed a lot more gore. Well, I'm sure they had it. Pardon me. I'm sure they had the more gore in it, and just whatchamacallit. That was probably cut. They probably made him cut it. The problem with this NECA Chucky figure is it's so small. That is cool though, how they worked in like the 4 films with the accessories and the heads. First 4, I should say. Austin says, I do like the disaster movie elements of Part 8 on the ship. That was well done and sounds great on Blu-ray. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Part 8, but there are aspects about it that, are cool. I do kind of like the yellow hockey mask is kind of cool. And, the film actually, because it's, relatively more recent than the first ones, it does really look good in the film stock and the cinematography, and it looks good on Blu-ray and stuff. And there's things about Part 8 that are fun, but as a whole, it's just like I don't really. As a lot of you guys know, for me the Friday films kind of end at 7. Austin says it's a shame McFarlane gave up on the movie Maniacs line. Yeah, that is true. Makes you wonder when they did and why. Maybe because other people or other companies were flooding the market. Austin says the later Friday films got more action-oriented, more epic, and bigger budgeted. Are we talking about like 5 through 8 or something like that? Or which ones are we talking about? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you're talking like 5 or I mean 7 or 6, 7 and 8 or something. Okay. Austin says it lost its small slasher edge in his opinion. Yeah. Yeah, that probably happened with kind of 6. They kind of made it a little more mainstream and a little more. I don't know if I can agree with. Well, yeah, maybe a little bit of losing its slasher edge, but yeah, I guess I can get with you on that kind of. Okay, yeah, he's talking about 6 through 10. Yeah, yeah. Well, definitely by the time you get to 10, definitely is frickin' more action. Austin says when Paramount started putting more money into Jason films, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely an evolution over the franchise for better or for worse. Austin says Jason Lives seems to be the aliens of the Jason films among a lot of fans, meaning it's the ones or the one their go-to Friday film. Pardon me. Well, I kind of think that we're going to probably end 2.5 hours into the show. We'll give it another 15 minutes. And maybe because the show is kind of dead, I bet if I do a refresh. Oh, okay. Well, I thought it'd be one listening. It does seem like we still have 2 listeners. Wilson must be busy ripping and encoding movies for me, so I appreciate it. Feel free to take some time to rest and eat and bathe in between it. That's funny, Austin says, let's go till 4. He's got a lot of questions. Laugh out loud. Okay. What are your questions? Who the hell asked my height anyway? Let me go back and look. Was that oh, okay, that was Wilson. That's true. Me and Austin, I think we're in the same time zone. So his 4 is my 4, and my 4 is his 4. That reminds me of some movie line. What the hell? Oh, is that Dr. Strangelove? It's great that you're fine and then I'm fine, and it's definitely great to be fine. So now then, Dimitri, you know how we've always talked about the possibility of something going wrong with the bomb. The bomb, Dimitri. The hydrogen bomb. I don't see the questions rolling in, Austin. He went and did a silly thing. Well, I'll tell you what he did. He ordered his planes to attack your your country. I didn't know I knew that dialogue. Well, let me finish, Dimitri. Well, listen, how do you think I feel about it? Do you know how I feel about it, Dimitri? Okay, let me do a refresh. Still two watching. Austin asks, this is a cool question because it pertains to a movie release from 30 years ago this year, and it just kind of passed it last, it's probably still in the theaters now in early June 30 years ago, but he asks if I saw Alien 3 in the theater. I want to say you may have asked this in the past, but that's okay. Yes, I did, and kind of a disappointment to a lot of fans at the time. And one thing that I can remember, when the movie started, and I think I talked about this in the review when Matt and I reviewed the Alien movies back in the day, years ago, 9-10 years ago, is that the beginning with the Fox logo is so cool, where it goes da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, and it's like da-da-da, and got all scary music. We thought that was just a great setup, and we were like, oh wow, this is gonna be awesome. But it just kind of went downhill from there, didn't it? But Austin says, also, was Alien 3 really hyped up at your school? I mean, it wasn't so much at my school, I guess. It was probably just among my peers, people I knew. When you're in high school and stuff, you think the things are bigger than they are. So when I said, like, hyped up in my school, I guess I meant, the people I knew at the school more so, the friend group. But as I've said in many videos, recordings and videos past, I had the Alien 3 t-shirt and with the bitches back tagline on the back, and the authorities made me turn it inside out halfway through the day. Austin didn't see Alien 3 until it was on HBO. Austin agrees the opening Fox logo for Alien 3 is classic. Yeah, da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, zhoosh. We're like, oh my god, this movie's gonna be great. Cut to 20 minutes later. What the fuck? Austin says, damn, I want that shirt. Yeah, Austin, if you haven't seen my video, I don't know what I called it. I did it years ago. It's probably called something on my channel like movie shirts from the 80s. 80. Now I'm curious. What happens if I search that? Let's see. Oh, okay. Movie. Oh, God. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't come up. I guess I'd have to just search it on my... Let's see. What if I type 80s? I'd have to search it on my my own channel, I guess, because when I just do a search, even if I type in the frickin' whatchamacallit, my channel name, it doesn't come up. I'd have to search on my channel, I guess. Should I do that? Okay. In the meantime, has Austin said anything? Austin says, Movie Maniacs had a nice dog. alien figure. Okay. That would be an alien figure from Alien 3. Let's see. Oh, okay. So Austin, if you want to look, okay. My video is called Movie T-Shirts from the 80s and 90s from July 6th, 2017. So I'm pretty sure I showcased the Alien 3 T-shirt in that. Movie shirts from the 80s and 90s. Or maybe movie T-shirts. Yeah, movie T-shirts from the 80s and 90s. Alright, since I didn't do a show last week, I'll go until 4 to be nice to Austin, since he's such a swell guy. Can get through all of his questions. Austin's got Alien 3 on Laserdisc and DVD/Blu-ray. Yeah, I don't think I ever had the Laserdisc, but I got the DVD and Blu-ray. I never bothered with the Blu-ray of the fourth film because I like that actually less than Alien 3. Austin used to have the Alien 3 VHS with Weaver looking emo on the cover, laugh out loud. Yeah, I might still have that. Shaved head Sigourney Weaver, Jesus Christ. Still, well, a couple moments ago. Let's see what it's like now. Still 2 listening. Okay. There's a phantom listener. Thank you for listening. About 35 more minutes of show. If he keeps these questions coming, that is. Do 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 do. I don't know if Austin went to the bathroom. Austin says back in a second. Probably gonna go to the bathroom. Well, I think the last 30 minutes are going to be a little bit of a challenge here. Austin never wants it to end. Austin's back. Welcome, Austin. Pretty much an Austin show at this point. Austin asks, do I remember the Alien Trilogy VHS set? Not that I can really think of. Let me type it in. Alien... See if I can get an image of it. Oh my god, yep. Yeah, that was probably at Suncoast when I worked there. Yeah, because this would have... Okay, yep. Definitely do. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Can, maybe throw this up. I can maybe throw this up on the screen for anyone who's listening and not driving. Anyone who's listening and not driving, if you want to check out the screen, this is the probably early to mid 90s Alien Trilogy VHS release. Very cool. Featuring Alien, Aliens, and Alien 3. Austin says, I also remember there was one where it was just the first two films, and the making of Alien 3 was the third tape. It has weaker, I don't know what that means, it has weaker from Aliens on the box. Oh, is that a character? Yeah, I think I can remember that as well. It was like an anticipation for the upcoming Alien 3 film. Austin says he had Die Hard Trilogy VHS set in the 90s with the silver covers. Austin says, yes, beautiful set. He had the 92 VHS of Alien. Oh, he meant Weaver. Okay. What the hell did he write? Oh, weaker. Okay. He meant Weaver. Yeah, that thing brings back memories. Kind of interesting how they got on each spine, like this Fox logo is green and blue, and I don't know why they picked yellow for Alien 3. It should have been green again. Austin says, can I find the Alien box set before that set? Are you talking about on the worldwide internet? To show? I don't know. That's what pops up. I wonder what the Alien 3 like promotional VHS spine would look like. That's the most common thing I'm seeing on here. Yeah, I don't know how the spine would differ on that version. Don't think it even looked necessarily that different. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not having any luck finding the one with like the promotional. Oh, we've got Future Boy. Welcome. He says Suncoast so expensive for anime fans back in the day. He was constantly window shopping while he was drooling. Yeah, Suncoast was, yeah, just expensive in general. I mean, if you have a store that specializes in something, they're going to charge top dollar. It's one of the disadvantages. A bigger selection, but then bigger price as a result. Are you at work, Future Boy, or you're welcome to join on the phone if you'd like to, but if you're at work, that's cool. Austin says that set should have Weaver on the box set with the making of Alien. Oh, okay. So in searching for it on the cover, it's Sigourney on the cover. Yeah, definitely not seeing that. What image would it be? Would it be from Alien 3, or which film would it be on the front cover? Looks like there's some really slam bang like suitcase with the face hugger limited edition VHS box set. That looks kind of interesting. It's almost like a it's from some, I think, some European country or something. Alien Trilogy 20th. Okay. Well, I suppose I could show this after a little bit of this or that. Oh, okay. He says the image would be from Aliens. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Let's put this, the outside. Oh shit, it's one of these things where it didn't download correctly. Okay, well, that's a snag. It didn't download correctly. Yeah, these are being, I don't know, for whatever reason, the images I'm finding for this space hugger, did I say space? Face hugger trilogy thing, they're just not cooperating to. Let's try this one. Yeah, okay. Well, I think it's not meant to be. Anyone can look it up online. Should I try one more time? Oh, this might be it. There we go. Okay. Future Boy is at work. Okay. He asks, how do I feel about Alien 3? I like it more than Alien Resurrection. That's my least favorite one. But I actually, I'm kind of an Alien 3 defender. Like, I understand the hate for it. At the time when I saw it in the theater, it was a letdown. but I've come to like it over the years, and I understand the hate for it, killing the beloved characters from the previous film, but stylistically, I love Alien 3 and the music and the atmosphere and stuff, and I like how it was just back to the feeling of the first film, where it was just having to deal with one and how dangerous just one can be. So there's a lot of aspects to Alien 3 that I really like. So all in all, I like Alien 3. Um, Austin says he saw that image on a certain website. Images might be a set from early. Yeah, well, we might not just be able to see it on the show, which is fine. Oh, okay. He says try putting alien. Oh, okay. He just wants me to put it up so badly. I'll try his search suggestion. Yeah, I don't. I think it's not meant to be, Austin. I'm seeing even less with that search. I'm seeing even less of the box sets that I was seeing before. But let me pull up this whatchamacallit, kind of a really cool looking alien. This must be from Europe. Suitcase. If anyone's not driving and wants to look at the screen, it's probably a European trilogy VHS release, like a suitcase to house the 3 VHSs. Really interesting collector's item. Austin says, oh well, yeah, I mean, I can't find it. Here, I can do my, it's really bumming Austin out. I can do a mix of my search and his search. Yeah, I'm just not seeing that cover with from Aliens on it. I think oh well is just pretty much covers it. I tried. So we've got Future Boy joining from work. Austin says the Japanese version of the Alien quadrilogy is pretty cool. Oh, are we talking about the one that comes with like a, oh my god, housed in an alien head? Yeah, Austin says it has all the DVDs inside an alien head. He remembers paying big money for the quadrilogy set in 2003. Oh, yeah, you mean the North American DVD release? Let me put the the Japanese version up for anyone to view who's not driving. Austin says he remembers seeing Alien 4, which I guess is Resurrection, in the theater and thought it sucked. Yeah, I didn't even bother going to see it in the theater because I had a bad feeling about it, so I never saw it in the theater. Austin also has the Blu-ray anthology set too. Yeah, I just got the Blu-rays. I got the movies separate, because I didn't want to. I initially got the first two, then at some point I got the third one used, and I never have any intention of ever buying the fourth one again. Austin says so far the anthology set is still the best. Here, I gotta show this. It's showcasing the discs. Let's see if it okay, yeah, it worked. In the actual head of the alien. Pretty something. So this is how the discs are housed. Isn't that something? Anyone who's not driving wants to look at the screen. Austin says the Japanese set is epic. Why didn't we get that? Well, that's because, yeah, sometimes we get screwed in the U.S. Man, that is an alien collection, if I do say so myself. Probably not that good for the discs. All right. About 15 minutes of show left. I was gracious to stay on for like another 30 minutes for Austin. He begged and pleaded, and I succumbed. I don't expect I'll be doing a show next week, as it's going to be one of the first really nice hot weeks of the summer, so probably no show next week. We'll see what happens for the Thursday afterwards. Obviously that would be an anything goes on Skype week, so hopefully we can get a call. Kind of a bummer we didn't get a call this week, but life comes first. Weather's nice these days in the northern hemisphere after all, so whatever. Still be nice to have Austin on Skype, but obviously he don't want to, which is fine with me. Austin says Masters of Horror Season 2 had a set like that with the discs in the skull. Yeah, I think I remember something like that. This alien discs in the alien head is quite something, though. I'll say that for sure. Down to 2 listeners, Austin and a phantom listener. Austin doesn't have Skype. Well, I didn't have it either until I downloaded it, Austin. That's not a very good excuse. But I hear you. I don't want to pressure people into talking if they don't want to. Austin would say, all in all, Alien was treated right on home video. Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, but thanks for bringing up that trilogy VHS collection. I'd all but forgotten about that. I would imagine I very well might have sold some of those myself in the mid-90s at the old Suncoast O'Rooney. Yeah, it's too bad they did that 4th movie, but to me, just like with, some of the Friday the 13th films, the 4th movie kind of really doesn't exist in my opinion. Austin says, laugh out loud, yeah, I don't really want to download it again. It gave my laptop some trouble. That's understandable. Yeah, I don't have it on a computer. I just have it on iPad and iPhone, so it doesn't, so far I've been lucky to not have, it didn't give me any trouble. Austin says the Alien Legacy was a later VHS collection. Future Boy is probably looking at the image with the discs housed in the alien head and says, wouldn't that set scratch the discs? Yeah, that's one of the things I said, is just like, probably it's really cool, but maybe not so cool if you want the movies to work. So that's one of the downsides of it. Huh. I just typed alien, what do you say? Alien. Oh, shit! I just found the cover of the Alien/Aliens triple pack with Alien or Sigourney from, yeah, okay. I don't know if this is this is a link to someplace. We'll see if I can download the image from this site. I just found the thing we were looking for before. Oh shit, it's saving it as a goofy file. It might not work. Oh well, fuck. It shows the front and the back. Yeah, and the third tape is making of Alien 3. Here, let me type, I can't see anything with Aliens Legacy, per se. I mean, that's what the DVD was called, but I can't. Oh, this might be it. Is this it? 20th anniversary I don't know. Oh, I was going to do a search for Alien slash triple pack. That's what it's called. With the making of Alien 3. Anyway, okay, here we go. Here we go. Let's hope it downloads here. We can end on a good note for Austin. Yes, okay, we're good. I just have to go put it up on the screen. Talk about ending on a good note for Austin here. So this is known as Alien/Aliens Triple Pack, and it features Aliens in the making of Alien 3. This came out, you know, before to kind of promote Alien 3. So Austin says with regards to that clunky collection of the movies on Blu-ray, Austin says, I think Blu-ray would work better with that set. Blu-rays have a scratch protection layer. And he says, yeah, the VHS set would be called 20th Anniversary, not Legacy. He says Die Hard had a triple pack as well with the making of Die Hard 3. He says, yep, there it is. Yay! What a beautiful ending to the show. Alien/Aliens triple pack. Austin says that's such an obscure set. Yeah, it looks like it's currently on eBay for $10 plus $4.45 shipping. Buy it now. So Austin might be buying it today. Austin asks, did Suncoast sell the triple pack? I would imagine. I wasn't working there at the time, but I would imagine they would have. I would imagine. In closing here, I can show a close-up of this the cover. It shows on the from the eBay listing here. It shows what it says on that little bottom part right there. Free, the making of Alien 3 limited time offer. Austin says, I think the 20th anniversary tapes were the last time Alien was on VHS. Yeah, probably. Would that have been, God, that would have been 1999, yeah. Probably. Well, mission accomplished. We were able to, here I can do this. This is kind of fun. Find that Alien/Aliens triple pack before the end of the show. Austin remembers Kmart selling these triple packs for like $20. That's kind of cool. Makes you wonder how long the making of Alien 3 is. I suppose this eBay listing doesn't have Let me just type making of Alien 3 VHS. Oh, we might have the back here on eBay. I'm just curious to find out how long the making of Alien 3 is. Not to be sold or rented. Come on, come on. Oh, it's 20 minutes. The making of Alien 3 on VHS is 20 minutes. Austin says, I wonder if Predator had a double pack. I think the making of Alien 3 is 30 minutes long. It's on the Blu-ray set as well. It should have been called The Struggle of Alien 3. Yeah, that's for damn sure. There we go. Anyone not driving, if you want to look at the screen, you can see a blurry image there. Approximately, yeah, I can't really see it, but it says 20 minutes. All right, Austin. Well, an extra 30 minutes for you, my June gift to Austin. Thanks to Austin and everyone for showing up. No calls this week. Maybe we can change that next time. Probably no radio show next week. We'll see what the Thursday after next Thursday brings. Thanks everyone for showing up, and as always, we'll catch you next time.